What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another indie horror game. This one's called Sad Satan Revisited. This is made by Sir Kaloy, and you guys can find this on itch.io. I'll leave a link in the description. Without further ado, let's get right into a brand new game. I know nothing about this other than it's a walking simulator, but hellish and trippy and terrifying. Apparently this has been remade a few times, and this one's been made to look like the original. About all the bugs. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Apparently a lot of lore and like stuff on this game. I had no idea. Whoa, what? What? I can't go through there. Oh, that is creepy. Whoa, what? What the hell is that? That is terrifying. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? I am speechless right now. This is kind of terrifying. And I kind of like it. Is this the same level, just different textures? Yo, is there somebody at the end of the hallway right there? I can't tell. It's either that or a doorway. Our footsteps are so loud. Whoa, that is trippy. Wait, what? What? Oh no. What is happening? What? This is blowing my mind right now. What is this? It almost feels like the game froze. But it didn't. I don't think it did. I don't know. I'm gonna keep walking forward. Maybe this is the trip in and of itself. Just keep walking. What was that? I have no idea what's happening. Guys, what are we doing? I'm just going based off sounds right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell just happened? Our feet are so loud. That is terrifying. Well, I couldn't imagine what possibly could be coming next. What? That's backwards. This audio is crazy. That alone will give you nightmares. What is this now? This reminds me of the backrooms a little bit. Rescue with key suffering. Door is locked. What the hell is... Whoa. I'm getting all sorts of weird vibes from this one. The song being played in reverse and slowed down. Whoa, okay, alright. Oh my god. That is terrifying. What? He's gonna throw me back again? What? Whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like this came off the dark web somewhere, you know what I mean? What the hell?
Living on your list. Oh, you're not selfie.
Maybe I'll flip that around in the editor so I can understand what he's saying. Oh my goodness. What? I guess we'll just go back this way. What was that? You guys see that go across the screen?
I live where there's no TV, there's no radio, there's no clocks, there's no electric lights. The girls carry water. They don't wear makeup. They have their babies by themselves. They go in the shack and squat down and have their babies. I live on the ground. I live on the earth. I lived in Hollywood, and I had all that. The Rolls Royce and the Ferrari and the pad in Beverly Hills. I had the surfboard and the Beach Boys and the Beaskies and the Neil Diamond and the Rob Scott and the Jimmy Schiffrin and the Elvis Presleys, Wesley Bestleys and all them guys. The Dina Martins and the Nancy Sinatras and the Capsa Suffren. Will you do it to me? I hear you do it good, honey, and all that kind of, will you come up to my house later? So I went through all that, and I seen that was a bigger prison than the one I just got out of, and I really didn't care to go back to prison. See, prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison is in the mind. It's locked in one world that's dead and dying, or it's open to a world that's free and alive. Drugs, LSD, I don't consider a drug. I don't consider peyote a drug. Those are more or less religiously significant.
This explains a lot.
Mind-expanding apparatuses that come from the intelligence of the universe. The reason that the girls liked me was, hey now, I'm all around you, Hey now, up on your heart I can sing through you. And I play and I sing, and they say, hey man, you got soul in that music. And I said, yeah, I play a little bit, you know. I like music. And they said, man, you're really somebody. I said, oh, I am? Oh, I just got out of jail. I don't know what somebody is. They like my music. They say, man, we want to get you over. I said, get me over for what? They said, we take you down here to Beverly Hills and we want to get you in because you're a star. I said, I'm a what? They said, you're a star. So they took me to the Beach Boys, and I went and I got on the surfboard and I rode around and I looked and I said, gee, huele chingazos, this is more trouble than what I just got out of. You got look at yourself. You got to wear that, whether you like it or not. You got to do things. You got to get up and go through all kinds of changes, whether you want to or not, doesn't matter. Your whole life is put in your paycheck. You couldn't pay me all the money in the world to do something I don't want to do. If I'm shoveling the barn and you want me to go just get a rumflop, I say, no, I'm doing something right here. I'm helping this blind man. I feel better in doing what I want to do. I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm and I put on the faces and I talk and I play and it's this big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. You talk about, this little physical realm you live in, guilty and is he in sin? Well, how's your courts guilty? How many people do you think you've hung on the ventilators in the nut wards and forced medication on them? You see what I'm saying? You don't have any idea what the hell's going on. If you knew what the hell was going on in your own system, then you'd say, now I see what's creating this. Society's creating it. Society's saying, we want these Rambos. We want these killers. Oh, wow, man. Look at that dude there. And you got little kids looking in the book and where they selling Sears and Roebuck, Rambo from 12 to 15.
What is happening?
Karate from age 5 to 17. And you got all your kids out here doing these crazy things. Now you want to come and say, Charlie Manson's the father of our country. We're convicting you for being Jesus Christ. We're convicting you for being the devil. We're convicting you for being responsible for our actions. I'm not responsible for anyone's actions but my own actions. In my whole life, I've burglarized the grocery store, sold some nickels and dimes, busted open a stamp machine, stole a few automobiles, and cashed a couple checks. I'm a petty card thief. I've been with prostitutes and bums and winos and all my life. The street is my world. I don't pretend to go uptown and be anything fancy. I can, but I find more real in the world that I'm in than I do the tinsel. And the real world is the one I have to deal with every day, Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
That's terrifying. That was Manson, by the way. What do we do now? Man. I really just locked you in a room and made you listen. What is happening now? We're in a few different textures going on.
If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
That's
If I
nuts,
started
dude.
murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people,
Stop this, it says.
there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering
You're
people,
alone. Help me.
there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
This
If I
game
started
is
murdering
insane.
there'd be none of you left. If I started murdering people,
I feel like I'm playing a military game
there'd
of
be
like
none of you
that
left.
just brainwashes
If I
the
started murdering
recipient. You know what I'm
people,
saying? Like it's
there'd be none
here.
of
Strap this VR headset on. You'll be all right. I'm assuming everything is backwards. I don't know how much more my ears can handle it. Jesus. What was that? The door is locked. I don't know what it's saying at the bottom of the screen. It keeps popping up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Is this like flesh? Oh my goodness. What? I have no idea what's going on. This is really tripping me out. It's probably one of the best psychological horrors, legit, that I've played in some time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who are those people? Who is that guy? Who? What? Who? Okay. Nice mullet. Door is locked. Who is that? I don't know who any of these people are.
Nothing wrong with it, you haven't broken any laws, have you?
None whatsoever.
There's nothing wrong with it, you haven't broken any laws, have you?
None whatsoever.
There's nothing wrong with it, you haven't broken any laws, have you?
None whatsoever.
There's nothing wrong with it, you haven't broken any laws, have you?
None whatsoever.
That you haven't broken any laws, have you?
None whatsoever.
Is she after us? She was coming after us. Oh my goodness. Whoa. That is terrifying. Are you done? Is this another one of those patience rooms where we have to sit and wait for this to be done? Everything's just like beating. This dude's lost his mind. We're about to lose ours. This game's crazy. In a dark way. If you're into that sort of stuff, it's spot on. Fantastic if you're into that sort of stuff. I have yet to play a game like this. This one's that scratched the surface, but this is a complete mindfuck. I'm hoping we just wait. That is trippy, though, if you just stop and stare at it. This is not a game to play if you're into psychedelics, probably. Probably not the thing to do. I don't think anybody can get through it if they're trying that stuff. But to shut it off, it'd be too intense. Whoa, what am I doing there? Guys, this is crazy. What are we playing? This might just go on forever, man. I don't know. I think we just sit and wait. I have no idea. We're just gonna sit here. My screensaver might pop on before we get out of this level. We've been sitting here for literally over 5 minutes, I think. I wonder if we have to sit still and, like, not do anything. Like, legit. But I'd be worried about, like, my screensaver going on. We'll see. Okay, maybe it's 10 minutes. I don't know. This is taking forever, man. I don't know if I'm supposed to just wait or what, but it's been forever. Okay, so I must say, if there's an end to that, I don't have the patience or time for it, unfortunately. I sat there for over 10 minutes waiting, and I looked up some other versions of this game, and there's a last little bit where you have to sit through another Charles Manson speech, and it says you won. But that one was a lot shorter than this. Some don't have any endings, so I'm not sure if this one's an endless game, or if there's an actual ending, and how long that is, I'm not sure. I could be sitting here for an hour waiting for it, and unfortunately, I can't do that. But we did play through it, and that was the very end. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button below, subscribe if you have not, stay tuned for more. This has been Trip. This game is great for those who enjoy this dark, sort of psychedelic, dream world sort of state that is terrifying and will confuse you and will mess with your head, and it is extremely loud with the noises, I must say. But for what it was trying to accomplish, I think it did a very, very good job. I enjoyed playing through it. Again, hit the like button below, subscribe if you have not. Stay tuned for more, and I'll catch you all later. Take care.